let's talk about life and 2020 and weather. Now, I think we all have slightly different definitions of a perfect day. For me, it's about 70 degrees, sunny, not too humid. Some might say 65. Others might prefer the sky be a bit overcast. Now, I think we can all agree to a couple of things. We all feel extra sweaty when it's too hot and humid. We all get soaking wet when caught in a storm. And we do not want to get caught outside in a DC winter with no coat. There are levels of discomfort that come with a less than perfect day, but only extreme weather makes the news. Storms dominate headlines locally. They might get a mention nationally or globally, but they're not the biggest topic of conversation. We just hope the storms don't come to our neighborhood. 2020 has brought in the storm that is being felt in every neighborhood. It dominates conversations and social media feeds and the news, and most importantly, people's lives. The global climate has shifted in a way that we've never experienced before. Even if you weren't paying attention before, now you have no choice but to tune in. And you should. But the thing is, it's always been storming. This isn't new, but a lot of people have never been close enough to the storm to truly experience its effects or to even have empathy for those who have. Some might still not experience the storm directly, but you can't avoid thinking about it or hearing about the people who were directly harmed by the storm. And even if you don't care about the storm deep down inside, you have to at least pretend that you do. Because now the storm is such a dominant topic of conversation that it's obligatory to put a square on your Instagram feed for the victims, or to text a friend who's been in this storm for their entire life, or to do something to at least make you feel like you've done your part for one brief moment. But what happens when the storm ends? Actually, a better question, because the storm isn't going anywhere. I can tell you that much. What happens if the storm ends for you? A lot of us were born into a storm, and will continue to experience its effects for as long as we live, unless some revolutionary changes occur. But let's say you didn't do anything to earn the better weather that you're experiencing. You're just happy to feel the warm sun on your back for one more day. And I mean, there are other people who are experiencing the storm at its worst, but at least it's not on your mind anymore. And the news stopped talking about it. It's not on your social media timelines. It's not in your group chats. So you can choose to just go back to your life. Maybe you'll passively hope that the weather gets better for people who are still out there, stuck in the rain. Do you even remember how it felt to be in the storm? When the sun comes back out for you, do you pretend the storm was never that serious? The thing is, the storm doesn't disappear just because you're not experiencing it. My challenge to you is, we can't forget how it feels to be in the eye of the storm just because we're privileged to no longer experience its direct effects. We can't dismiss it just because we don't feel it. We can't let the conversation about what has to change die when we get tired of feeling sad. Because the thing is, this metaphoric storm that we're all talking about is preventable. And we owe it to ourselves to do our part to make sure the weather changes forever while this storm is the topic of conversation.